Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Yen from YenYorkCity Live, and tonight on the podcast we have the one, the only Daniel Wayne. And if you guys did not know about him, you're gonna know more about him because he is a guitarist. He's a singer-songwriter. That song you just heard is his band Love Jet. Beautiful, right? I mean, I see you guys in chat. You guys are coming in. Come in, because the show is about to begin. So if you're not familiar with Daniel, we're going to chat with him tonight, get to know him more about how he started on Twitch, how 2020's, been. It's almost over, guys. Can you believe we only have, 2 weeks left for this year, 2020? It's been quite a roller coaster journey ride. But yeah, Daniel Wayne is from DC, if you guys don't know. And he's very, very chill. He has really cool bass streams, also guitar streams. And he does everything from requests to original music. And we're gonna be able to hear a couple of original songs today, and also maybe hear a couple of Christmas songs. So he's gonna get us all in the Christmas spirit. I'm trying to bring a little bit of the Christmas spirit here with, this was the ugliest sweater I had. I mean, I tried to find an ugly sweater, but I mean, they're still cute, even though when they're ugly, right? So anyways, we're going to get them Christmas vibes. So everybody come in and welcome in Daniel Wayne to YenYorkCity Live. Are you ready? Daniel, are you ready?
I am ready.
Yes, let's do it. And of course, my co-host, Luna Satori, is here too. So are you ready, Luna?
Who's that?
All right, guys, I guess we're going to start YenYorkCity Live with Daniel Wayne tonight. And there he goes, Daniel! Thank you so much for being here, Daniel. It's so awesome to finally get you on the hot seat here on the podcast.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on. And yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to both of you.
Thank you so much. So how was your day? I mean, it's like a Monday night. You're in Washington, D.C. How's the weather over there? And how's your year been? Because we're almost at the end of 2020. Yeah. How's Twitch treating you? And how did it treat you this year, I should say? Because it's almost over. I can't believe it's December, what is it, the 14th? So Christmas is around the corner.
Yeah, we were talking about it just a moment ago before we started about how it's simultaneously like the shortest and longest year we've ever faced. So definitely going through a lot of reflection on that. But overall this year, I've been very fortunate this year, and a lot of the reason I think I've been fortunate is because I've had Twitch and streaming and been able to kind of always feel a sense of community and make friends even in these kind of crazy times. So that's something that I always try to, through everything, I always try to remind myself what I'm fortunate with, and that's what kind of is the theme as we're getting to the end of the year. So
it kept you busy pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, considering now that we can't really play out live anymore, so this is a good outlet.
Exactly, yeah. It was very funny because I had one of my New Year's resolutions at the start of the year was I wanted to get on stage, even if it was just like on a stage and performing in front of people, whether it was open mics or performing with bands or whatever. I wanted to be on stage 100 times this year. And,
oh, wow.
and obviously that kind of fell apart. I remember it was like in February, I was like, man, I'm like ahead of the curve right now. I could actually do this. And then, of course.
So what was the number that you ended up on?
I don't know. I think I ended up at like 9 or something. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Wow.
It was like 9 in February. And then it was like, well. So.
The Twitch is your stage now, so.
What was that?
Twitch is your stage now.
Yeah, exactly, and that's something I always try to focus on and remember, and I've been encouraging all my other music friends and everybody I met like locally in my city to get on to Twitch and to if we can't go perform out, we got to seize the internet and really make it our stage. So
exactly.
Yeah, jump on the opportunity.
Yes, and it's been a really good opportunity for people that are probably Like, what do we do now? What are we supposed to do when all the venues are closed? So it's actually been the time to be a streamer this year out of all years, right? Because there's people that lost their jobs and everything, but if you're not savvy with streaming, it's like if you missed a boat, this year could have been one of those rocket ship years for a streamer if you started at the right time. Because I know a lot of people now, they're like, oh, I know, like that could have been a way. And I'm like, man, like I've noticed, because I've been interviewing a bunch of streamers, and some people just started really early, and they're like, man, I didn't realize there was like a whole other world here on Twitch of musicians, you know? Thank you for the follow. Absolutely. So it's been something, like, really to see that, and the music community is amazing here, because I've seen it. It's just growing really quickly. So when did you first hear about Twitch, and when did you actually hit the live button and say, I'm gonna do this and check it out and see how it is to be a streamer and a musician on Twitch?
I think I made my current account in 2016, and I started like dabbling a little bit.
Oh wow, a while ago.
So between I don't know, between like anxiety and procrastination, it took a while to like really leap into it. But and you know, I could make all sorts of excuses. I was like working a lot, and so I wasn't really like leaping into streaming. But I knew it was something that I really wanted to do, and I could definitely see over that time, like for like between 2016 and 2017, I could see just what started with just like a small handful of music streamers, and was really turning into something bigger. And I could really see that something was gonna like blow up, and I don't know, it was kind of interesting, because I felt like simultaneously it was like kind of the perfect thing for me. Kind of combined all of my interests, and really I don't know, it was very interesting. I at first had quite a lot of anxiety about going live.
Really?
And yeah, it was really I mean, I still do, but it's I wear it more proudly, I think, and I'm able to kind of micromanage it. But it's a very interesting thing. I think what one of the things I learned from streaming is how much like it can help to like build confidence. Mm-hmm. And over the course of streaming, I've also been playing out more. Well, you know, we'll get to that. But back then, I was playing out more. I was playing a lot with my band. I was kind of putting myself out there to get out on as many stages as possible.
So you found it more daunting to stream over having to play live?
You know, that's a really interesting question. Sometimes, sometimes it was a little more daunting, but it was kind of like running parallel. And I realized that like the more I streamed and the more I played out, the more I had confidence in both. And that was really something that pushed me forward, was that just like not thinking about it and just kind of jumping. You know, just the idea of like jumping into the deep end of the pool every time. And it was just like, what if I don't jump now, like when else am I gonna jump? So it really pushed me to it.
Yeah, that took a lot of like I was not a person, like a camera like induced person. Like I was never good at talking to a camera or talking to literally nothing, you know, like, in front of you, and looking like, you know, like an idiot walking down the street with a camera on your hand, just like vlogging your life and stuff. And until I started actually like broadcasting, and that's what really kind of opened me up to be a little bit more outspoken when I need to be, because I was never like outspoken. I was always shy, and I would always stumble on my words a lot. Kind of still do, but not as much as I used to.
Absolutely. You know, I kind of want to, that makes me think, it's like, I've always considered like myself a little more of an introvert. Like I'm more of I'm a social butterfly when I'm outside and out and about with people who share my interests. But I think a lot of what live streaming does is it allows these people who are usually in the role of like listener, if they're in a group of a large people, to really just kind of set their own vibe and their own tone, and really speak to what's on their mind. And I really like that. I really like that it kind of gives a voice to all people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start streaming music? Did you start streaming music, original songs, or was it just basically covers in the very beginning? Because I mean, I know you're a singer-songwriter, so have you been diving more into it because of the whole thing with the, you know, the platform actually changing their rules with original music and having, you know, the copywritten music more of like, yeah, maybe I'm gonna start venturing more into just originals?
Definitely. I think when I first started, it was all covers, and then as I was playing with my band, I was building a little more confidence with writing songs, and so that was kind of where I had gone how many years playing music without actually writing songs, and that was another like thing where you hold yourself back by this whatever anxiety you have about it, like you're so afraid of it you're gonna write a bad song or something that you don't write any song. And it took me a long time to get out of that, and I think playing with a band really helped, and just seeing how many other people kind of are putting themselves out. I became kind of obsessed with open mic scenes too.
Oh yeah.
And that's what really gave me a big push, was just seeing how many people who, even like people who were like brand new to it, who were putting themselves out there. And you can see that same kind of energy on Twitch too. You can see that people are eager to just put themselves out there, even, you know.
What do you got to lose now?
It's a giant open mic anyway, so.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know.
Like Lollapalooza, everyone has an opportunity to go to different stages, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna give you the whole, let's rewind all the way.
Sure.
And I'm going to ask you, when did you pick up the guitar and say, I want to be a guitarist? And when did you start singing?
Yeah, I picked up I got my first guitar, an electric guitar, when I was 14.
Nice.
Yeah, I was into, like, you know, like punk music and stuff back then. Like,
What? You was really a punk rocker?
Oh yeah. Well, I was a big, like, went through a big teenage punk phase with all my friends, and we listened to a lot of yeah. So it was that was our first. And of course, we had like a not really a band, but we got together to jam and do like Blink-182 and Green Day songs and stuff like that.
Oh, that's so cool. So what's your favorite punk band then? Is it Green Day then?
Oof, I don't even know. I mean, it's tough to say like what I like still. I don't know. It's a really good question. Yeah, definitely. I was really attracted to like I don't know, just that like anti-establishment kind of thing, I think. So definitely loved you know, Green Day and Blink-182, but like NoFX and Bad Religion.
Oh my God, I remember NoFX too.
Yeah, there are a lot of bands like that. Anti-Flag, and then going back to the classic. Yeah. And then like got me into, you know, Sex Pistols and The Clash and Ramones, and
like the real
that kind of
punk stuff.
Yeah, and then I kind of just and something happened there where it really set off just an interest in just every type of music at that point. And then like at the same time, like the Beatles really hit me too. So like,
that was one of my first loves too as a child, because it was always playing in the background, you know. It was
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was, and then once I discovered the Beatles, I think it was game over. It was like pretty much like I knew I was gonna need to eat it like all up, and kind of just I don't know. I remember just like poring over the list of like what are the greatest albums of all time. Like the Rolling Stones had Rolling Stone magazine had a top 500 albums of all time, and I remember needing like creating checklists and like checking off all the ones that I could listen to or get my hands on. That's the one I gotta check out next.
Yeah. So wow. So what was your first album that you actually went to the store and bought with your own money?
With my own money, let's see, probably from my like mowing my grandma's lawn. I think it was.
Thanks for that gifted sub, Eric. Making money.
Hey, how's it going? Making money.
Making money.
It was. I remember going to like Best Buy and getting the White Album, and by the Beatles, and Nevermind by Nirvana.
Oh,
that was like my first
classics.
Yeah. I was really big, and like I was already like a young music snob. I was like, oh, I can only buy classics or whatever. So
Yeah.
everything else I was getting from like the library and stuff. So the library really raised me too.
Oh yeah, I remember going to the library, and it was like the hangout spot back in junior high, and that was before like, you know, we had like computers of our own, like in our bedrooms, and did all that kind of stuff. And then yeah, it was like, and I remember going, and they actually had like CDs there you can like take out, like books, you know, like that's crazy. Like when you think about it now, it's like, who goes to libraries anymore and get, you know, music? But it was actually pretty cool when you're really young and you can't buy your own music, so you would go. Plus my dad had a big selection, but it was mostly classic albums, you know, rock albums. So okay, so you said Nevermind. That's a great one. I'm a big grunge girl. Like I grew up with like a bunch of grunge. So is that one of your favorite bands? Like, because it was one of your first, you know, albums that you played.
It's up there. It was probably right after that. Actually, the library helped me discover Radiohead, and that was one of my favorite bands.
That's really one of my favorite bands too.
Set off, yeah. So at that time, like if you asked me, you know, in my like teenage years or whatever, I would probably been like Beatles and Radiohead. And actually probably still right now. Those are two of my favorite bands, so.
Yeah, Radiohead is definitely up there. And I think maybe that's why I went into your stream. I think you were probably maybe singing a Radiohead song or a Beatles song, because I know you play a lot of that. Yeah, that's definitely one of my faves, Radiohead. I love them. So what's your favorite Radiohead album then?
Oh man, we talk about that all the time on my channel, but it is really tough. OK Computer was the first one that I bought. And I remember it was like pretty closely after. Hey, making money. So I don't know. It's between like OK Computer and Rainbows, I think, for me. But
yeah,
it's
Computer.
Really hard to say.
Yeah, that one sticks out the most too, for me.
Yeah. And it just is so wrapped in so many memories of me like really discovering music and how inventive, and it's just tied to so many memories. So it's hard for me to separate that from just part of the story of your life, you know?
Yes. Okay. So now I know. I'm definitely gonna request some Radiohead then from you, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. Okay. So you were 14. When did you actually start singing then? Because you're a singer too.
Yeah, and it took me a long time to get like confidence in singing. I started singing, I think, a little later teens, and I never thought I was like any good at all, and I probably wasn't any good, but I don't know, it just took me a long time to just be like, you know what, this is the only voice I got. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna keep stubbornly using it, and I didn't like sing out for so many years. In fact, music was really kind of like my passion in the background. Like all throughout my life, I've had dual passions where it was like filmmaking and music. Ooh. And filmmaking was always the like number one passion. That was like what I was, you know, dreamt about, like eat, sleep, breathe about, was filmmaking, and music was the thing that I would do to unwind and just like be with myself. And actually kind of like recently, it's in the recent like last few years, music has definitely like plowed forward and just been something that there's just something so pure about it that you don't need any money to make music. You don't you know, you can even if you're just alone with your acoustic guitar, you can still be with it and then create some energy. And so yeah, I don't know, it's pretty interesting to see how that kind of surpassed.
Wow. So I don't think I've known that about you before. So you're into filmmaking. Wow. So did you go to college for that? Did you actually go?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I got my degree in, and that's what I've been doing. Like most of my professional life has been in video production and working on a little bit of everything. And yeah, and I think it was just like discovering that the things that I really wanted to do were more like self-expression, and the things that I was getting paid for was not anything about like creative expression. And then hitting that wall I think led me more to seeing how much I loved music and really wanted to embrace music.
So what was the last thing that you did film wise? Like what was it that you could say, oh, I did this project, from going to film school?
Well, that was kind of interesting. Is like to get work, I was mostly doing like I was working for this one video firm that was just basically like loaned me out on every type of project you could imagine, like anything that wasn't super creative though. So I was working on commercials and reality TV and
really
like
anything we know, anything we'll probably know.
No, nothing that like. I worked on something that for like 6 months that didn't even make it to air. It was
no.
Yeah.
That happens though, right?
But yeah, that was I think that wall I was talking about where I just like hit a wall. I was just like, I don't feel like I'm really being creative, and it was like that time that I really discovered like how important music was in my life. That was really what I really wanted to be, a creative person, that even if I was doing this other thing for money or to survive, not necessarily even to like just to kind of live in the city and
it was your bread and butter.
Rent. Yeah, exactly. But it was really learning about how important it was for me to have that creative outlet, and that's what I don't know. I think that love has only grown since that moment, I think too. So I'll always love filmmaking, but at this moment in my life, it's just there's something just so easy, so pure. It's so easy to get people together to make music. It's so you don't need to have a giant budget to make music happen, and that's something that has just made it so immediate in my life and really important.
When you started playing guitar at 14, right?
Yeah.
Did you also start singing then too, or would that come later?
I started singing badly, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I started emulating like definitely some of the Beatles, but Elliott Smith was another big influence at that time for me, and I kind of was emulating his style of like when I think it was I got my acoustic when I was like 16 or something, and that was maybe when I started to like really explore singing.
So you didn't do any choir stuff in school or any? Like,
no, actually, I didn't do any choir
no
or
band
like
or anything like that in school. Or
I
was
played
more
saxophone.
Oh, you played sax.
Yeah. I couldn't play a single note right now on saxophone, but I did play saxophone at the time.
I'm sure you could. It probably would sound like something scratching, but
yeah, I could do hot cross buns, I'm sure. Yeah.
But do you own a saxophone, or you don't have a saxophone anymore?
I think my older sister played saxophone too. I can't even remember if it's sitting in like my parents' basement or something.
Oh,
that's a good question.
How many years did you play saxophone?
I want to say like maybe like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, so you know how to play. You could pick one up and make some noise.
I don't know. That's optimistic.
4 years, give or take.
Like riding a bike, you don't forget that.
Yeah.
So did you pick up like vocal lessons along the way, or are you self-taught, or?
Self-taught at this point. It's something that I definitely want to explore in my life, and I'm definitely so I haven't never taken formal lessons for anything. I've taken very informal lessons for guitar, just trying to find people who are way better than me and convince them to like spend some time in sessions with me to teach me. But I'm all self-taught at this moment. I do really believe that like over the course of my life I'll continue to seek out instruction. I think that's a helpful mindset for me, is like I'm always trying to think that I'm just like a student, and that there's always going to be something more to learn, and it doesn't matter like what age I am, how many years I've been doing it, that there's always going to be somebody who could teach me something. And so even if I'm self-taught at this point, I'm not like anti-instruction. I really actually do want to take instructions for guitar and vocals like throughout my life. I just haven't yet. So
well, I know someone that would be perfect if you ever want like any kind of vocal coaching. I didn't think I needed any vocal coaching because I was like, oh, I'm self-taught. I've always sang since I was 5. I did the whole choir thing and the band thing. But man, I didn't know there were certain things that I couldn't reach until I started taking these vocal coaching. So you'll be surprised. Like, you know, I mean, I could tell you, like, I don't know if do you know Plastic Josh?
Yeah, I do know Plastic Josh.
He's an amazing vocalist.
Incredible singer.
Incredible. He sings a lot of Radiohead too. Like he's done Radiohead streams and everything. Like him, he's a great teacher, a vocal coach. Like if you want to, you know, like I'll just throw it out there, you know, because I love him. I think he's amazing.
Yeah, he's so good.
I see somebody got his emo in the chat. Yes, represent. Yeah, really, really great person and streamer. So Love Jet. So how did you meet these guys? Was it in college or was it through mutual friends, or how did you get into that band? Love Jet. I love the name.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see, we met around like I guess 4 years ago. We were all living in DC. Had like one of them worked at a bar that I worked at, and two of them were like had been best friends through college. So I was kind of just meeting all of them for the first time. But yeah, we kind of there through like this forming music community that was happening in our neighborhood in DC. We kind of found that there was a lot of people who were getting together to jam, and kind of happened like that. So it was really cool to be part of something. I don't know. I think we would always credit like what was happening in that neighborhood at the time. That a lot of people were just getting together to jam, and there was this kind of creative energy, and so that's just we all met through that, and then we started making a ton of music together, and it was ended up being a really good match for everybody, I think.
So you're hearing it in the background. They have a Spotify, so if you guys want to hear more of the original music from Love Jet, yeah, go to Spotify, give them a follow, because the songs are really nice. I love the one that I played in the very beginning of the stream, Meet Me There. I love that. It does, like I said, it reminds me of like Sade, like the band, but with like a male singer. Like, and I love Sade. That's my queen. I love Sade. I love her. So like I always, like, it's nice when you hear kind of that mixture of like jazz and like alternative rock. What would you describe the music? I'm just like saying like that's what it reminds me of. But what do you guys, the genre that you guys would probably put yourself?
A little like rock. There's a little bit of a soul element. I think the lead singer Miles has a very like soulful voice, and he definitely, we kind of blend a lot of that into it while still having kind of a rock out moments to it. So yeah, I don't know, a little bit of rock, soul, and funk.
Nice, a local guy, DC area, making money, represent, right? DC, yeah, he's from DC, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So out of all the songs, that's your favorite one, Meet Me There? Because I know there's Desert Man, there's Memory of Me. So you guys all collabed and wrote these songs together, or was it like somebody came with like a guitar part and the vocalist came with the lyrics, or was it like did you guys click and do everything together, or was it just like, oh, this is the song, like I want you to play guitar on it?
Sometimes it'd be a little different, but I think a lot of it was surprising how often we would just all be able to contribute a part or come up with something together. So right now we're all in a different place. The band at the moment is kind of like a little up in the air because we're all in very different cities and obviously not able to jam right now. But it's kind of a shame because we were sitting on like 20 other songs that I wish we could have recorded, you know. So we'll see what'll happen, whether we can kind of get back together and make it happen and put those songs together. But usually it was like, I don't know. I was always really good with chords and coming up with like a hook or something, and then Miles would be coming up with like just amazing lyrics off the top of his head, and it was just kind of really I don't know, like to be part of that was pretty humbling, I think, and kind of sets a tone for like the kind of collaborations I'd want to pursue in my life.
That's a good. Well, you just bring up collabs. Collabs are big now on Twitch. Have you considered or have you been a part of any collabs on Twitch with any of your fellow musicians?
You know, that's so funny because that's something I like look at this platform and I'm like, that's one of the biggest things that I want to pursue. I haven't really done that many collabs yet. I don't know. It's like, let's see, maybe. Well, I think one of my ultimate ideas for this platform, or at least how I want to interact with this platform, is I really want to. And I've seen a lot of music streamers do this. This is going to have to, of course, wait until a little deeper into 2021. But music streamers will like go on tour. They'll go explore and they'll go meet up with other music streamers.
Yeah.
And I'm on the East Coast, of course, so maybe that's where I would start is get a list of people that I could go on tour and go take my car, drive to see them, do some sort of music collaboration, jam, maybe shoot a short video or something. And I've been thinking about that for so long. I never had what I thought I never had the time to do. And then of course 2020 hit.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So that's something, and I've seen a lot of other music streamers do that to like really, really cool success about that. Just being able to see like two music streamers I really love.
Tours.
What was that?
That's kind of like those backyard or basement tours. Where you go
yeah, exactly. And that's kind of really what I want to use this platform for. I want to kind of cross that line between like, because the friendships and the community you can make on a platform like this, they're real, and I really want to cross that over to actually like meeting up with people, making something tangible, and having collaborations like that. So that's kind of what I'm eyeing the future for. Is I really want to hop into that in the future.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's beautiful. And also, I'll tell you, like TwitchCon, when we went to TwitchCon last year, it was beautiful because we saw a lot of people have like bar sessions that they planned from like other states coming together, and they were all like performing together from Twitch, meeting on Twitch. So yeah, like, I mean, I don't know when it's gonna be a thing again, TwitchCon, but have you ever gone to any of them? Because I know you've been on the platform since 2016.
I almost went the last one, but I ended up it just did not working out. I had to basically I had to just be working too much, so I wasn't able to go last one. I did watch a lot of the content that they were producing though, and then like I think Halicine requested or rented a stage, and so we were just watching all these music streamers go through and play on a stage, and it was really, really cool to see all these like music streamers that I kind of like. I idolize a lot of these music streamers, and I mean, and it's pretty amazing to just kind of see these collaborations happen and see them meet up in person and see what kind of music they can cook up. So definitely something I really want to. I don't know. So I guess my mindset right now is like, even though we can't do it at this moment, it's like I can still use that as motivation for like I want to be the best I can be for when it's
in the army.
Again,
That's like what I just like heard in my head.
All you can be
in the army or on Twitch, because hey, this is where this is where it's at right now because all the venues are closed. So
exactly.
You're in DC. So how is it in DC right now? Is it like opening up? Did it not? Has it been like starting to get better? How is the situation there in DC?
Did it snow yet?
Nah. It like hardly ever snows, but it is getting really cold. It's more likely going to be pretty shut down. We've had some pretty strict shutdowns, especially with like schools and everything. Which I think is a good thing, but it'll probably be several months before anything's really open back up. A lot of the venues that some of my favorite venues closed down though, so that's a really rough, just because they weren't able to pay the rent or sustain themselves. So that's been pretty sad. But I'm really, I don't know, I'm really excited to, when it's possible, kind of seize the city again and really get out and support as many of these places as I can, and support all the local musicians that I've gotten to know and people in the music community. So yeah, I'm just hoping that we can just hold it out through this winter and bounce back. I'm ready to be part of that force to bounce back the city and its music community.
That's looking at it on the bright side.
Yeah,
but
you gotta, yeah.
You can do collabs and stream. I mean, Luna's done it with some amazing streamers here that are musicians, like Robson Baroli. Like, he's a bass player. If you're not familiar with him, amazing also. And he did like a Dream Theater collab, and he's in Brazil. And then he did it with another guy that's a guitar player from Argentina. And then who was the other person? There was three, right? Or was it just, yeah, it was three. It was, yeah. So somebody from Jersey, somebody from Brazil, and someone from Argentina. And they streamed a mini concert together on Twitch. So it's possible. You can do it, like, remotely, even if you guys are in different places. Like, so who would you want to collab with if you had anyone on Twitch that you're like, okay, that person is, I mean, shout out, this is your opportunity to see, you never know if they're watching or listening, like, who would consider, like, oh, that's a cool person, I could vibe with.
Oh man, that's impossible to say.
I mean, you don't have to. I'm not putting you on the spot, but I'm telling you, it's a thing. It's a thing now. I think collabs are really the future, because if this isn't going to be the same for a while, it might as well, try to see if you can do something with the space that we have here on Twitch, because you have,
like, if you think about it, like the DMCA stuff too, like, this also adds an additional arsenal to original music, and then you can just bounce tracks back and forward and have special guests and featured guests on a track, either of yours and you're on theirs, and then you have something to provide for, like, the rest of the music community to play on, or even the gamers to have in the background, and it's another form of promotions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all like completely, like, yeah, I think it's just about making that jump. I gotta make that jump and pursue those opportunities.
Make that jump.
Yeah, exactly. So
don't wait, do it now, right?
Yeah,
now.
Right. And that's really, that is really like the
2021 goal
message. Yeah.
I mean, you have a good amount of people that that you have in contact with, right? That plays music and all, and you can start working on some things
for sure.
Forward.
Yeah, I think that'd be possible. Yeah, for sure.
We're setting this up for you, man.
Twitch is your stage, and you have an abundance of people here that you can work with. You can think of it like that. Also, is there anybody in your band that also streams on Twitch, or is interested in streaming on Twitch?
Yeah, I think they've all been interested in doing it, but let's see, the drummer for Love Jet is probably the closest to doing it. He has like this. He just designed his room as a studio, and has his new, like, super nice electric drum set all set up. So I'm really curious whether he's gonna make the jump. He's always been talking about it, so I would really like to encourage him to get on there. So. His name's
usually
Juan.
The drummers are the first to hop on before everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm always evangelizing for music stream, and I always really want people to jump on it, especially now. And I don't know. I really think this platform is gonna. It's already ballooning. It's already getting so big, and the music community is crazy big compared to how it was just a few short years ago. But I think the more people learn that this is a thing, I think it's really just people not knowing that it's a thing, that people are on making music, building a community, playing music for people. A lot of people are even making a living off of it, and I think that's a lot of people don't even know that it exists. And once people know that it exists, I have a feeling a lot of musicians and talented people are going to rush to it.
And not only that, a lot of people are very like closed-minded on the idea as well. Like they don't think that there is opportunity because they're blinded to see that there is. I have musician friends that I've tried to have them on board on having to play on Twitch or any social media and create content because they're phenomenal musicians. They don't do anything besides just play stuff at home. Like do more with your stuff. Like you have the talent and you have the abilities, and and it's out there. Like the market's out there, the opportunities are out there. Like you gotta get out there and do it. Like
yeah.
And it's just a waste of talent if you're not,
And it's like if you're doing it anyway, you might as well do it with the camera and the microphone on,
Yeah, why not?
I mean, maybe I feel like a lot of people get discouraged by how long it takes to kind of build up an amass a following on a streaming platform.
And that can be said about anything, really.
Exactly.
Like
yeah. And it's like
starting a band.
It may take a long time, but I honestly think if it's something that you genuinely have a passion for and you could see yourself doing it for years or all the rest of your life, then you don't have anything to lose because you presumably, if it's something you're really passionate about, you're doing it anyway. And I think you can surprise yourself with how many different, like there's a lot of different skill sets that you're incorporating when you're streaming, and a lot of even just social skill sets too. Yeah. And just meeting brand new people all over the world and kind of cultivating a community and keeping that positive energy is a whole. So I think it's really been, I mean, for me, I can of course speak for myself. It's like, it's really been this huge net positive in my life.
Yeah, I get like the, having to feel that kind of intimidation feeling of it being like you're on camera now, like you're putting yourself out there. And if you're a keyboardist and you're always behind the keyboard, behind the band, and you're not really the front person, you want to be behind the curtains and play versus being out front and talking to people.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But still, write stuff, post it.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, we can go on for days with this.
Yeah, for sure.
So you said Radiohead is one of your favorites. So what are your most influential artists that you are like enamored with, that you fell in love with first, that made you want to become a musician in the first place?
I mean, it was definitely like Beatles, Radiohead. Let's see. I don't know. Strokes, Stevie Wonder. I love hip hop too. Like hip hop is one of my favorite genres. So it was really like in those like teenage college years, it was like Tribe Called Quest.
Oh yes,
Kanye West.
Yes.
Nas, Jay-Z, all these.
I didn't know this about you, Dan. What? Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm a huge hip hop head, but
oh, that's so cool.
I don't know. I think I really love the idea of just keeping a really broad, open mind about I used to be pretty finicky about like what genres I loved, but I think it really helps to just almost get over yourself and just like. Even if I like had certain biases against certain genres or something, just open your mind, understand that there are people who love whatever genre of music it is.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like open your mind. Good music is good music, no matter what genre it is. There's always gonna be something good in every genre, like that I could vibe with. I've found that the more you open and just like try to listen to things you're not used to, like streaming. A lot of people give requests. That's how you find a new favorite band or a new favorite song that you've never heard before. So it's nice. So when you do have requests open, do you see that there's like a mixture of different kinds of songs, or do you feel like people that are following you are mostly into a certain genre or a mixture?
I think I guess yeah, to connect it to like, yeah, my Twitch channel, it is pretty interesting to see how wide the range of music taste is, and it's pretty crazy because it's like people of all backgrounds, all ages, and have people who are just like metalheads and they like only listen to metal, but they are find like some connective tissue, and I think maybe they see that like through my open-mindedness through any genre, like it kind of helps them listen to new music or find music they normally wouldn't listen to. And I really want to like aspire to that. I really want to be this person that like if you love this music, I want to like find that through point, that line, and be like empathize with that and find what they love about it. And I think there really is something like a good music is good music, and it kind of cuts through more than anything else really. Like you can find some similarities between people that you wouldn't even think of, and
music is universal, so like that's what connects us all. Even music that is in different languages, you can listen to and you're like, oh yeah, I don't know what they're saying, like Sugar Rush, like wow, I love them, and I don't understand what they're singing, but like it's so beautiful. That's all I know. It makes me feel a certain way.
Takes you to a different place.
Yes, beautiful music. And and then what they're singing and the way they're singing it in a different language is like still like I feel it. I feel what it is, even though I don't know that it's music. That's just the way it is. So it's a vibration. It's a frequency within the emotions that are being while you're hearing the song. So yeah, I like that. I like that because I do have like being someone that does podcasts, I've had an array of different kinds of musicians, from like total metalheads that they're like, I won't play anything if I don't like it, like I'm so metal. And then there's people that are like, oh, I like a mixture of like Jeebus. He said he was like a rapper, right? Like he liked rap music too when he was younger, and so he has like a mixture, but he's like so metal, so like I love seeing that. I love seeing a different in like requests, because it does open and you don't know who's watching, and they're like, oh, I like this song, and then they'll follow. If it's just one genre, then it kind of gets redundant, right? So
I think you're right, and I think a lot of the people who I don't know, a lot of people are looking just for like a little bit of validation too, and even just in any kind of conversation. Like I remember back in like teenage or college years or whatever, where people really, it was super trendy to just like be negative about
something.
Like I knew a bunch of music snobs who didn't really seem to like music that much, and would always like they could tell you 100 bands they hated. But I think what's a more interesting angle is finding what someone really loves, and sometimes people like are almost afraid to put it out there, but find out like what they really love, and then find like just validate it a little bit, and then you can kind of like start a conversation and learn from each other through that. And that's why I really want to like facilitate in my community in on my Twitch channel, and kind of see what kind of conversations we could have from that.
You have a great community. Very, very nice. Very warm and inviting, his community, guys. So if you guys are not following Daniel Wayne's, like, you need to go, because he's the type of person that you can just put, like, a lot of times, like, we were talking about how, like, we're master lurkers. Like, I could be doing anything around the house and put on Daniel Wayne, and he's just, like, serenading us all, And you can have him in the background or watch the stream and interact with him. And that's the beauty of being a streamer and a musician. You're interacting with the streamer, the musician, and you're, getting to know. That's why I love these podcasts too, by the way, because you get to know him more in depth and what he likes, what made him awesome. So yeah, we have some of your peeps here in the community. We have Need Cage.
Ninkage.
Yeah, we got we got Niall, we got Nen Cage, Regina,
Mandy,
yeah. So many awesome. Yeah, it's pretty humbled, just like having so many awesome people. Like that's another reason I like really consider myself fortunate.
Thanks for the follow, Regina. Mandy, yeah, you guys are awesome, and thanks for being here also and supporting, your guy here, Daniel. And I know that everyone there is super nice and everybody knows each other. So, what's your schedule like now? Is you said that you made it a point to stream daily, right?
Oh yeah. So I've been streaming every single day since. Well, I'm almost at the 3-year mark. I've almost been streaming every single day for 3 years. New Year's,
Wow.
we'll mark that. And it was funny that's more for
thanks.
my own personal anxiety, like that I stream every day. That is more because then I remove the question of, am I gonna stream today? And then if I always know the answer to that, then I've like won the battle. And so, but yeah, it's kind of my schedule is super erratic, I guess, at that point. So that's my goal for year 4 is to actually rein it in and have a kind of an official schedule.
So are there sometimes days that you're like, I don't want to show up, I'm tired, but you still do it, right? You still show up. So you've been adamant like every day.
Some days, I think it's like it's an interesting thing. Like I always, whenever I talk about that, like I always make a caveat. Like I do it because every single time ends up being a very positive, therapeutic experience for me. Like it's something like I wouldn't recommend it for anybody who like it stresses them out more than not. But for me, like it has become such a positive like cornerstone to my life that every single day I get to check in and kind of use like the therapy of music, but also like therapy of just like hanging out with great people and kind of building a community. And there's something about that like that fuels me, that makes me like, I know I could do this for the rest of my life. I know I could stream. There's something that just feels for me like finding like, oh man, it all clicks into place. Like everything I've been passionate about, everything I've been like wanting to pursue in my life has kind of led me to this moment of discovering this streaming is like so immediate, so much about building a community, and you see it real time, people making friendships.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It becomes like a family, like a musical family. Like it's becoming a cornerstone in my life to watch Dan every day. Oh, that's beautiful, Nat Cage. You see what I'm saying?
More love is here too.
And then you feel almost like, yeah, I'm gonna come on, and we're gonna have a good time. If you're having a bad day, sometimes it's happened where I'm like, oh, like you feel a certain way, and then you come on and your friends show up and you're all listening to music, and before you know it, you're like, I forgot why I was having a poopy day, right? You start having a great day, and then you end with a smile, and you're like, wow, I'm glad I streamed. I'm glad that we actually streamed today, so that happens, and that's because music is healing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think specifically because it's music too. I think that I mean, I'm sure I think gaming is also an art, and you're experiencing an art form there too. But I think for me personally, that's what really takes it to the next level for me, and that's why I feel like I could. That's why why I love doing this so much.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. You guys continue. I'll be right back. Just go ahead.
Okay. Well. We're about getting into our 1 hour segment. Usually we get you to play a song for us at this point.
Sure.
How many songs do you have ready for us?
Well, I could play original to start off, and then I think you guys asked for like 3 or so, but I can play a few covers too. I got a couple originals and then ready to go. But
okay, so if you want to play a tune for us, and we can carry on with a couple more questions from chat and
sure
take it from there. And then I think the last bit we'll do that whole 12 questions of your life thing. 12 bands. You got that list ready for us, right?
Yeah, I do. I could do have that. Yeah.
you finalized the last two.
I think so. I think so. It was really, really tough, but I think I got it close enough. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Cool. Yeah, we'll play a song.
All right.
Let's see.
What's the name of the song?
So this is probably the original I played the most. I just really enjoy playing it, but it's called "She Won't Be Your Baby."
Won't be your baby.
Yeah. Here we go. So definitely played out with my band quite a bit too, but I love playing it on the Twitch channel too. And thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate the conversation.
Glad you're here.
Make a piece of your mind in a song. Now that she's gone, 'cause she won't be your baby. It was right in your face all along. How it went wrong, 'cause she won't be your baby. But I remember that night for the rest of my life. Saw your face shine from the edge of my sight. Caught you step back, so I shot, I looked twice. But by the third time I knew that I'd seen the light. Now if eyes to me, I feel like I am in a dream. Now tell me if you feel the heat, 'cause I feel like I'm losing sleep. Now every time I see her and she get close to me, swear I'm running out of air, I'm forgetting to breathe. Should've come ahead, but I needed to see. Something had to give, yes, that something was me. Had to say how I feel, could no longer pretend. She says, sorry hun, I'm taken, but you might like my friend. She don't owe you a thing. She don't owe you anything. 'Cause she won't be your baby. 'Cause she won't be your baby. 'Cause she won't be your baby.
Get some real claps up in here. It's not quiet anymore, huh? Do you have like do you usually have like sound effects in your streams at all, or no? It's just you playing and.
Oh, I don't have any sound effects yet. That would be really fun to mess around with. I've seen that a lot on some streamers.
Yeah. Like, you know, and it's weird because like when you're playing a song and then like after you're done, usually there's people like clapping and stuff, and like you're in a room by yourself and it's just quiet, and all you see is a bunch of people in chat just putting in claps or like saying yay and stuff. You don't hear them, but you visually hear them in a sense.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. Yeah, it's simultaneously like, I don't know, it's
He has horns.
that's funny. It's like I don't know how to say it. It's like
The DJ
streaming.
Those?
What was that?
DJ horns.
Is it those?
Oh yeah, we were messing around with that the other day. That's what she's referencing.
Oh.
It's kind of like that surreal thing where it's like streaming is like simultaneously like easier and harder, you know, because you are just alone with yourself in your room. So you get the comfort of that, but at the same time, you also kind of just have to trust that, you know, you're just putting yourself out there and you keep moving. And of course, like when you start a music channel, you could be streaming for 100 hours to like basically nobody, you know, and you're just kind of you're just moving forward and just trusting that, you know, that you'll keep moving and keep playing songs. And it's like what you mentioned earlier about just getting used to kind of talking to yourself almost. And then eventually you get to that point where there's so much conversation that can come from that and from a growing community. So
you were asking if you got a new mic?
This is a microphone that a friend of mine is lending me, so I've had this microphone for a week or two. Yeah.
Because they were like, he sounds a little different. Is it a new mic? When's the last time you streamed? When were you on last?
I was on last night. Actually, I wonder if I was a little afraid I was going to run out of voice. I did like over this weekend, I think I did like 20 hours of streaming or something. I was trying to run through my whole song list this last week. I was really afraid I was going to not have a voice today, but hopefully it's holding up. So.
Oh, that sounds fine to me. I think everyone in chat enjoys it. So.
So how long are usually your streams? Is it like a set time do you have, or you just kind of go, if you get like massive raids, do you continue going and you're like, oh, we got another raid, so you go and keep going?
That'll happen. Yeah. I don't know. It's all been pretty loose these like this while. Like I don't. Sometimes I'll have a set schedule, but otherwise I just kind of wing it a little bit, and I think it's not ideal for like growing a channel the most efficient way. But at least at this point, like looking back, like that was probably what I needed to do, was just have it be this thing that I could dip in and out of whenever as long as the only rule was that I showed up every day, and it could be at noon or it could be at 11 p.m. And I think that was really important for me to just like get used to having this be such a central part of my life. And I guess, and looking forward, I'm like, okay, now that I've really sealed the deal on being able to do this without having the same amount of anxiety, or at least being able to enjoy the anxiety of going live, that's kind of like my big New Year's resolutions, right? Like looking forward, I'm like, okay, now that I've done this, let's go. Let's like put a little extra professional element to this and actually try to grow this kind of with that in mind. So.
Then Kage says you randomly streamed at like 5 a.m. a few months ago.
Yeah, that's true.
You were sunrise stream.
Yeah, every once in a while. That's happened a little bit lately. I'll just be like, I'll like sleep for a few hours and then I'll like wake up and just be wide awake and be like, you know what? Why not? Let's just go live and play some tunes.
I'm up. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Have some coffee.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, again, it's just like, it's crazy how like fortunate that is that this exists, that there's always that outlet, you know, like at any point anybody can just take it online and be like, I want to express myself, I want to make some music, I want to hang out with some people. And then it doesn't matter what time it is, you don't have to wait for a gig, you don't have to wait for an open mic, you can just
or whenever you want.
Yeah, and it's because it's a global platform, there's always people who are wide awake and who are ready to listen to some music. And
at certain times you might get those you don't understand, but
yeah
different times, different times of the day you'll get like different crowds. So what's your, like, everyone has their own standard time, right? Like what's your prime time that you love streaming the most, that you feel like that's usually when I should stream?
I think more in the evening time for me. I've always been a person who stays up late, and I think it's because I get like this big energy boost around like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. So that's when I really get kind of the adrenaline running. So maybe more around that time. But I like doing it.
So you're a night owl
at any time.
It's safe to say.
Oh, for sure, I'm a night owl. I try to balance it out. Definitely for the reason, like just to be able to engage with more time zones and hang out with more of my friends from different time zones. I try my best to like move around and yeah. Chandria in the chat says like I was doing twice a day. That was kind of the reason, was like I wanted to be kind of meeting people from other time zones, but also hanging out with my friends from different time zones. And yeah, it's
good to
like I said,
switch
there's
it
always
up.
people. Yeah.
Now you know that you have like friends from like other areas that if you ever have to go somewhere and visit, like you know that there's someone there that's gonna show you around or like help you out and
Definitely.
on the way.
That is something I've often considered, and it's really something, you know, we kind of like that's definitely like a big advantage I see about this platform, is just how many like friends you can be in different countries. And man, one of the things I wanted to mention on when you asked me to be on the program too, it was just like I really want to use this platform to do that, not just like engage with other music streamers, but kind of just travel the world, like use this as a launching point so that you know, meet people all over the world and really use that music, that the universal power of music to kind of like just travel and then to kind of experience the world. So that's kind of through that lens. So
yeah, for sure. We've had so many different musicians from different parts of the world. We had someone from Australia, a couple of people from Germany, Brazil, Argentina.
Next week we'll have someone from Tasmania.
Yes, next week we're gonna have a drummer from Tasmania, 2 Feet Drums. He's awesome. And so yeah, there's so much to view here from different parts of the world. And so that's the thing, that's the beauty of it, because music is universal. Everyone from all over the world can share the same taste in music. But then, you know, we talk about other things too. So you get to know a little bit about everybody, you know, and their likes and stuff. But music is connecting us all, right? And Twitch is connecting us all. So that's the beauty of Twitch, you know? So yeah, you could travel the world in that way. So yeah. And some people are like, oh, I'm from the future. You know? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Future.
Make jokes about that all the time, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry.
One thing I was going to add was like there's just such a sense that like specifically in the music community on Twitch, I feel like I don't know, it's such a welcoming atmosphere, and I've never seen anywhere else on the internet really that has this kind of welcoming atmosphere that really just takes anybody at face value, like that we're just here to enjoy the music. And like it's not, we find out, like you find out later, almost like a little bit later, that like, oh, this person is in the complete opposite end of the world, or and we've just been like making friends with people all across the world just through this commonality. And I don't know, I haven't really seen that happen in such a wholesome way on any other corner of the internet. And so I really think that there's something powerful in that. And what else did I want to say? Oh, I wanted to make sure I quoted my mom today too.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, because she might be watching this. But that she said at the very beginning of the pandemic, like that we were always kind of always would be talking about the drawback of like technology and the internet, how it could like separate us and make us more isolated, but without like really thinking about how it could really bring people together. And it really took like 2020 to see how real that is, that how real the communities and friendships you form online are. They can be as real as you want it to be, like as you pursue it to be. And the limitations of, you know, physical distance doesn't matter anymore. And I don't know, you can really have like meaningful interactions and friendships.
It's funny because like you could be doing this stuff online, and you know how like your parents would be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing all that stuff online. You should like do more things outdoors and go outside and travel and all this stuff.
Now we're all like, indoors. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, I don't get the appeal of why you do this stuff. It was like, well, I mean, I don't see you on my streams all the time.
Yeah, right. I know that's something, like your closest friends and family, they don't watch you, but then you have strangers that become like family watch
And then your
you.
family criticizes you because they don't watch you.
There's
They
people
don't
that
know.
actually enjoy me, and like you're not even there.
What do you know?
Yeah.
Luckily, I have very, very supportive parents. It took them a few years for them to really get what streaming was, but I think something clicked over this year where they really saw like, wow, there's like all these great people are coming together, and so they're super proud of me for that. So and then really
Well, it takes
appreciate
for
that.
like an instance for them to really be forced to be a part of something like this.
Yeah.
You know, like just recently, I had converted my family into like smart home technology, and they're just still like getting used to telling the Echo device to turn on and turn off lights.
Yeah.
But it's saving them a lot of money and time and having to get up and do a lot of stuff around the house so they could just relax.
Yeah.
It's conditioning. Like a lot of them, they're used to their own ways, but there's been a lot of parents that I've seen on stream, and then they're like, oh, I actually love this now, so it's like if they give it a chance, then they might actually always end up, coming and watching someone, discovering somebody. I know tons of people
absolutely.
that have like supportive parents too, so it's great. Twitch gaming tends to be pretty toxic culture, but when a friend showed me a music streamer, that's when I first started actually spending time watching Twitch. Music streamer communities are so wholesome and welcoming. Yes. I don't watch gaming, like, for real. Like, the weird thing is that it started off as a gaming platform, and it's kind of hard to make people unconditioned to thinking that it's only a gaming platform because there's music here, musicians, right? And like now there's fitness and stuff. Like I'm a yoga instructor, so I'm gonna start doing like sub only like yoga streams because I'm not working now because there's a lot of studios that are closed down. So like I ended up having to also find a way, within doing stuff with the pandemic. So we, like musicians, fitness trainers, yoga instructors, teachers, we all have to find a way to do it, right? So
Absolutely, yeah.
So we have to find it, and we're community and growing together. It's something that's really, really helped a lot of us. And keeping our sanity, and with the social distancing, you can actually make connections and friendships and enjoy streams together, like music streams. So yeah, I totally feel that way. Gaming, I mean, yeah, I play games with the community too, but it's not the same. It's like the competitive thing is just like, oh, come on, I mean, that's me, so I get you. I prefer watching music streams more than anything, I would think, or travel streams. Like I do IRLs too. So like that's another way to travel the world, is looking at IRL streams of like people going around, and seeing different parts of the world, like in the woods or something, whatever. Like I do New York City ones. So that's beautiful too. So yeah, I agree. But I think that's because, gamers just are competitive by nature. They get adrenaline from it.
Yeah.
We get adrenaline by hyping people up when they're playing music. So it's it's totally different.
I do, yeah.
I can get pretty competitive in gaming.
I feel like 2020 like really it almost like skipped a few or as far as live streaming as a whole. It almost like advanced it a few years because everybody started having to get really creative about how do I get the passion that I was normally doing in person but put it online. And so we were just seeing all this like wealth of new categories and new people who like are trying to get whatever their passion is, and we're starting to see that live streaming entails everything, and anything that you can be passionate about. There's a way to share it online, and that's what's really exciting for me, is because it's not just gaming. I think it's one of those things. It's like now that this exists, it will always exist in some form. And that's pretty cool.
And we'll always remember this year. 2020 is gonna be that history book. 2020, that year. Remember that day? Remember that when that happened and everything closed down? and everybody's going to be talking about it like years from now, like forever. Like,
absolutely, yeah.
As one of your followers had mentioned that there's someone that's on your streams that does baking streams as well.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, Chandra's
fun.
talking about baking with buttons is the stream name of that person, but there's a lot of people who do baking streams and just like travel streams or walking around.
Yeah,
yeah.
You'll find it's like flipping the channel on TV. Like you have cable television with 400 channels,
but it talks
back.
This one, it can interact.
You actually can communicate with it. Like I see my parents like watching like who is it, Family Feud, right? Like little game shows and then they question, let's see, why you watch other people play video games. I'm like, why do you watch game shows?
Yeah, exactly.
Like at least this way we can communicate with the gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why do you play
and also
sports?
play a game with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people, for a lot of people, it's still so new, and people just don't trust new things right away.
Yeah.
But if you kind of keep an open mind and kind of leap in, you see that it's so wide open. You know, there's something for every type of person.
Yeah, yeah.
And especially because it is so direct and personal. Like live streaming usually is just one person talking to you, and there's just such a such a wide world of interesting people to connect with. So it's, to me, it's endlessly interesting because you literally get to be transported to somebody else's life and community, and that's something that I think is super valuable.
Yeah, there's so many communities growing together, but also a lot of people are passing from COVID, so it's a bittersweet thing to me right now. Liquid is saying online community and family is where it's at. It's keeping everyone safe and also keeps others informed and entertained too, right? So yeah, like that, there's pros and cons to everything right now, but you know, Daniel's really, you know, doing it right.
Bringing out more pros than cons, that's for sure. So
yeah.
Speaking of pros, do you have another song for us?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I definitely want to request a Radiohead song. So what?
Oh sure, yeah, I could play a Radiohead song for you.
Okay, so not Creep because that one's overplayed, right? So
Sure.
I wanna. I'm thinking which one. I guess I could throw out a bunch of songs that I mean I love Nude. That's a good one.
I got a song that's on my mind. You know True Love Waits.
Yes. Oh my God, that's one of my faves. You can sing that one. Okay.
That one's on my that one's we have a couple people in the community that's one of their favorite songs, and I would love to play that one.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. Daniel Wayne on YenYorkCity. He's gonna play True Love Waits by Radiohead.
Yeah. Oh, I know Niall's excited in chat. Actually, hold on one second. I'm sorry. Haven't. One moment. It only ever happens when you're on the spot where you're like, what is the first lyric of this song?
Oh no.
always happens. Actually, I think we play it a little lower too. Here we go. Drown my beliefs. To have you, baby. I'll dress like you need.
wash your swollen feet. Just don't leave. Don't leave. I'm not living. I'm just killing time. Your tiny hands, your crazy kitten smile. Just don't leave. Don't leave. And true love waits. In haunted attics. And true love lives. On lollipops and cribs. Just don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Wow, that was so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that one. That one's such a good
That's one of my favorite to play.
Yeah, that
For
one
sure.
is definitely one of my favorites too. Wow, guys. So how amazing is Daniel? You guys loving this? And you guys are getting to know him more. So this is where I ask chat. If you guys have any questions for Daniel, let me know in chat so we can ask him like a little Q&A or like a rapid Q&A, like little anything, like whether it's coffee or chocolate milk or tea or whatever.
Dan on the spot.
Like anything, just ask him, and you know, maybe you'll get him to answer it. Who knows? Anything? You got your chance now. Go.
What's your cat's name?
Oh yeah, and your cat, is she anywhere around you so she can peek her little head?
I don't think she'll come over, but she's sleeping on the bed over here.
I know cat cams are very big, so I don't know. Are we gonna get a cat cam anytime
that's
soon?
a good question. That's a really good question.
I want to see kitties.
I mean, they are big.
She's a star. She's a natural star.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Yeah.
That's I don't know.
Chandrea.
I guess just really good like chorizo or something. I don't know. Just
meat lovers, a meat lovers pizza pie.
Yeah, I used to work at a pizza place too. Like a restaurant that specialized in like expensive pizza. So and then I got a little spoiled there.
Yeah, a little bit of a gourmet pizza.
Like oven, like real oven pizza, like a brick oven.
Yeah, so I got a little spoiled from being able to try all that, but that was definitely a favorite. Was just what's Kitty's favorite treat?
What's Kitty's favorite treat?
I think tuna fancy feast.
She's fancy, you know.
Yep.
She's pretty and fancy. Damn, what's your favorite treat?
What's my favorite treat? Man, I have I don't know. That's a good question. More.
You're asking so that when they see you live, they could throw it at you on stage.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, right? I'm having a very difficult relationship with like sugar because I usually have such a sweet tooth, and I'm trying to. So it would normally be like Sour Patch Kids or something, but I'm trying to go through a phase where I'm trying to ease off of sugar right now.
Oh, this is a good one. What's your favorite retro candy? Like retro from when you were a kid that you used to love, and now you're like, I don't know why I like that shit.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved Butterfinger. They're like every Halloween I remember that was like the holy grail. I don't think I've had a Butterfinger in like 10 years, so I don't know.
Yeah, I remember when like Bart Simpson was like, "Don't lay a finger on my Butterfinger."
Yep. Yeah, it was like Butterfinger BBs, and that stuff's probably still really good. I haven't had it though. Oh my God, Milk Duds are the worst.
Milk Duds.
You didn't like Milk Duds growing up?
No, I still don't.
Oh, so you don't like the what are those? The mint ones that are like Milk Duds, but they're mint. What are those called?
Junior Mints.
Junior Mints.
Junior Mints were my like go-to movie theater snack.
Okay, mine too. All right, we're safe.
I used to like the Snow Caps.
Oh, Snow Caps are excellent movie theater.
Yeah.
Snacks.
Why'd you name your kitty's name Kitty?
Wait, your kitty's name is Kitty?
Her name is Kitty. Her name originally wasn't Kitty. I used to.
You're gonna
there's
be
a story.
named Parrot. Like to your bird.
I originally owned her with my roommate and my roommate's girlfriend. I don't know how we thought we were gonna make this work. I thought it was just gonna be their cat, and they named it Audrey, and named her Audrey, and Audrey I just always
Hepburn.
called her.
Well, you should put them glasses on her.
Yeah, exactly. I probably go for Audrey Hepburn, and I just always just called her Kitty, and she chose me over the two of them. So she only wanted to be in my room, and like every single night she wanted to make sure that she was around me, and much to their dismay. And so she started answering to Kitty more than Audrey, and it stuck.
She made her choice.
Yeah, so
my name will forever be Kitty.
Yeah, so I think she made the right choice. So
cute.
I love that cat.
That works. Yeah. Luna calls all the cats Kitty. Oh, it's Kitty. It's a kitty.
Kitty.
But his dog was named Wolfie, so that's original too, right?
Wolfie.
I had a dog named Wolfie too, so I'm guilty with like simple names.
Oh, that's cute though. That's a cute name.
Who is your favorite viewer in the community? Oh,
Wait a second.
That's not fair.
That's unfair. I'll have to say my mom and my dad when they're stopping by.
Play it safe.
Yeah,
there you go.
Safe answer.
Do any of your mods are in the chat? Give a shout out to your mods if they're here.
Yeah. Regina Phalange's a mod. Now in the afternoon is a mod.
Regina, she's awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta get them DJ horns. Shout out to Regina.
Say Niall's a mod?
Niall is also a mod. Super
Niall,
mod.
shout out. Super mod to Niall. My cat.
So,
Who else?
Like a lot of awesome people from the community. Nen Cage, Nix, Mandy, Chandria. Merluff. Those are all
shout
like
out to all
such
you
awesome people I got to know over the year.
Yes, I get a horn. Yes, extra horn for everyone else that's not here. Mod hype. Yeah, mods are important. You know, it's hard to find a great mod. Our mod, we share a mod, luckily. He's from Denmark, and I don't know if he's still here in chat, but like it's really Mr. Tunic. And I'll tell you, like, he's devoted. Sometimes it's like 7 o'clock in the morning and we're streaming a late night drum stream, you know, because Luna's a drummer, and I'm over there dancing, doing stuff, and then he's still there, and he's like, oh, I haven't slept yet. And I'm like, you don't have to be here. You can go to sleep. So, you know, the love is real with mods, you know, like they're there, true and true.
Yeah, really help build the community and set the tone
I'm
of
here.
what that community is.
Tunic. Gotta give you some love, Tunic. Tunic. Yes. If it wasn't for mods, I don't know what we would do, right? We need them.
Yeah.
He's been like fixing my my bots all like I made an adjustment because I had like a different name before, and all my bots had like my old name, and it was going to take a lot of time for me to go through it. He was like, I'll do it for you. I was like, okay.
Oh, speaking of community, show them the big you.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to have to get up to do that. So what Chandra's talking about is my base. I write down people's names on my base.
Ooh, that's good.
It's basically like the channel points that Twitch uses. It's a channel point redemption. So for it's an absurd amount, which is crazy. It's like 50,000 points. You get your name on the base. So it's always super humbling to see that, because there's a lot of names on the base right now. So if you don't mind actually holding this for 1 second. I would love to actually show it to you.
Yes.
I gotta go grab it though.
Okay.
Let's see.
Don't grab the big boy. I'm really close to 50K. Oh, there you go.
Man, see, okay, Nox, you're almost there. Get that Sharpie ready.
This is, let me get my headphone too. So this is what's often referred to as the
Andy still needs
the large
12K.
Whoop.
I like the way that burst looks on there.
Yeah, I love this this base I actually got this summer. So
it's a new baby then. You just got it this summer.
Yeah, exactly. So this has all been happening, but if you can kind of see, I'm not sure exactly
that's
how
cool.
it's looking.
Wow.
So I got all the names of people in the community on the base, and it's always like a really cool thing to, like, anytime I do a base stream or anytime I pick this up, just like really take an extra moment to like look at it and be like, these are all people who are like helping me like chase my dream legitimately.
Yeah.
And I did forget how long the neck is. I'm like hitting a lamp over here.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
so is that the one you play?
This is the one I've been playing with, yeah. So.
Oh wow! Are you gonna play some bass?
I like the color of that. That's pretty cool.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, I love
it.
this. I don't have like the best lighting setup right now, so it doesn't show exactly how shiny it is, but it is a lovely bass and a lovely finish. I really and bass is something that I was relatively new to as well too.
So what do you enjoy having like bass streams too? Because I know I've seen some of the titles. The chillest bass stream on Twitch, right? Like you have like
yeah.
So do you also have like the low voice? You're like, okay, we're gonna, you get down with the bass.
Change it.
You should do that. Like
start changing it down.
Yes, you should be like Luna does.
Bring it down to the very white voice like this.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Hey.
There we go.
I'll sing you a tune. Set the vibe straight for you.
That's
yes.
it. That's the vibe.
Yeah, see, we're giving you ideas. We're giving you ideas, Dan. Dan, take these ideas.
These are free. I'm taking notes. Yeah.
That would be the move right now. That voice, right? Right? Imagine that would be super fun.
Exactly.
And then you can throw him a curve.
Well, throw one of these guys in there and just go crazy.
I swallowed a bunch of helium and then sing the Christmas song with that one. You could sing the chipmunk voice.
There we go.
Christmas tree.
There you go. That's the only time you can use it, though, probably, when you sing.
It's uncanny.
Oh my god. Wow. Do you like any extra check mark by your name for the next redeem? Mandy? Oh no,
Wait,
that's,
what was it?
no, I don't know. I just read. I think it was for someone else. So yeah, so I think we ended up asking you your influences. Okay, so name
Sure.
your 5 top favorite guitar players, because I don't think
Oh Lord.
we didn't hit that, like the 5 top favorite guitar players.
That's really tough.
Or bass. It could be bass and guitar players.
Bass and guitar. I don't know. That's a really tough. Because I'm not like I really appreciate like lead guitar, but it's not usually what I'm like listening to. I usually listen to, or I usually love I don't know. I really respond more to kind of like rhythm and I don't know. There's something about just being able to play in the pocket and like and so I don't really associate it in terms of like I don't know. I guess like of course Jimi Hendrix, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta really think about that.
So
I've always been more.
You're more. What do you notice more in a song? Is it the lyrics, the vocals, the drums, the solos?
Chords and melody is like I'm a big chord guy. Like I love obsessing over chords and like anytime there's we
That
can
bass.
yeah, exactly. Yes. Now but yeah, I think that's what I'm most fascinated by is like how to really kind of expand out of just the normal like 4-chord song and get kind of more into jazzier chords or funkier chords and that's something I really want to
Thanks,
to
Wave
be
Drummer.
part of my yeah.
Hiya. Hey, Wave Drummer. Hey,
Hey,
we
what's
got
up, Wave Drummer?
another drummer on the stream. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, like I noticed a lot of the drums because if you haven't noticed, I've had a lot of drummers on the podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've learned a lot too from them. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like the heart, of the song.
Yeah.
And the bass too.
Exactly.
So bass players and drummers tend to like really vibe, together.
For sure.
So what song do you like playing the most on the bass? Because I know there's always that one song on the bass.
Oh, sure. Well, probably actually, it's a little tough, but probably Al Green. "Let's Stay Together" is an excellent bass line. I love playing those kind of songs. Also, there's a lot of we play so much Stevie Wonder and there's a bassist named James Jamerson. He's one of the greatest bassists ever, and like he was pretty essential to the sound of Motown and Marvin Gaye too. Like so those are like
Yes.
the bass lines that I just obsess over. That I'm like, they always feel like so far out of my reach, or at least like it's gonna take a time to like be as smooth as they were because they're like the best of the best. But
Sure.
but yeah, exactly. But that's really what I respond to is kind of like that, like soul R&B kind of vibe
Green,
with the
yeah.
bass. Yeah.
So what are your top favorite 5 albums that you're like, okay, I'm gonna put them in a capsule and give them to my grandchildren. These are the ones they better listen to. Like,
Jeez, oh man, let me think about that. That's you asked me for I got my like 12 song list, but I don't
either
have
hard
my
or
album
easy.
list.
What
Let
are
me
the
think
ones?
about that.
Yeah, that one's. It depends. I know some people they can. I'm like I can't pick 5,
really
and then they go to 10, and I'm like, hey, you can go to 10 if you want.
That's really tough.
But,
I don't know. I might be like in a deer in headlights right now to that question. I don't know if I could.
All right, so like you give someone a Christmas present today. You only get to give them 2 albums. What album would you wrap up and give? You like they've never heard any music at all. Like they're like 12 years old, and then you wrap
Wow.
it. What do you see yourself wrapping that are 2 in your collection that you're like, this is here?
12 years old. Here's Weird Al.
Yeah, that was what I
Like
was
when you're
listening
12,
to at 12.
that's
Yeah.
when things really start like clicking, like what you really start liking. I mean, at least for me,
That's a really good question. I have one niece and 3 nephews, and I really want to be the person to like really introduce the Beatles to them. So that's obviously on my my mind is like if I could kind of introduce them to something like Abbey Road or I don't know, something like that. That's
a must-have. That's a perfect example of a must-have album for everyone.
Yeah, and something that I think I don't know. So it's going to be really interesting as they get older because they're the oldest is like 6 years old right now. So still, not like completely aware of music, is like just listens to music that their parents plays or Kid Bop or whatever, Kids Bop.
Kid Bop.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wave drummer says, funny, I rarely hear lyrics. It's weird though. Even if I try, I can't focus on them. Why is it that I've heard that before from a lot of drummers, Luna being one of them? Maybe because
just focus on the rhythm.
I think that's what it is, right? Drummers focus more on like the rhythm of a song, the rhythm. But hey, if you're a singer or if you're like really emotional and you just like are feeling a certain way, I notice people notice the lyrics more, right? And if you're a singer too. Because you're like, that's the story that the singer's basically singing. So yeah, that's interesting. You're not the first drummer to say that.
A lot of times maybe the lyrics are like, well, let's say a band like Radiohead, which is in the chat right now. It's like you might listen to that like an album for 10 years and then be like, wait, I didn't actually know that that's what he was saying. Yeah. But you still feel like you understand it because in certain genres, it is just like communicating that emotion and you can like catch it, but the words are like that added layer of poetry that maybe you have to dig a little deeper for.
That's like that band Nothing More that I play. Like I listened first when I first found them. I thought the music was just phenomenal, the way they wrote everything and how the music was laid out, the rhythms, especially the drumming. Like it's just solid overall. And then after having to hear it over and over and over again, I'm like, okay, now I can hear the lyrics because I already heard everything else. Like, and now I go through the order of like how the composition's going, and the lyrics is like the last thing. And then now that I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, this is just even better now. Like
it got deep.
I don't know, like the lyrics got like, like you can hear the emotions behind the lyrics and the music, it like getting applied to the music itself. You kind of relate it.
Hey, what's going on, Darth Rips?
Darth Rips, honey. Darth Rips, thank you so much for that raid. You know Darth Rips. If you guys don't know Darth Rips, he's amazing. He's a drummer, he's a guitarist, he's a singer-songwriter. He was on the podcast earlier this year. He was one of the first drummers on the podcast, actually. So big shout out to Darth. I love you, Darth. Medic, oh, thanks guys for coming in. We have Daniel. If you guys don't know Daniel Wings, he's amazing guitarist, singer-songwriter. He's about to sing us another song now for the raid. So if you guys have any requests, we were just talking about like the Beatles and how he loves like what his favorite bands are: Radiohead, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, and he plays bass also. He plays bass, he plays guitar, and he sings. And yeah, we heard a couple of originals. So it's been really nice. Or maybe we can actually go into the original. You want to go into the original?
Daniel? Yeah, I'll play another original. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Welcome so everybody from the raid.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, let's play a song. This is actually the we were talking about it earlier, but like this is 2020. Of course. This song was the last song I think I played on a stage before everything shut down. So I'm determined to when everything starts to get back to normal to have this song be one of the things I play, and I'm looking forward to that. All
right, what's the name of the song?
It's called "Around the World."
Oh, "Around the World." All right, Daniel Wayne on YenYorkCity.
Like those that came before, I see you looking for that secret code. But even if you find the words, you have to fight to get your voices heard, so they can hear it met someone who had kicked around the earth down for a while. Lost his mind and everything, but somehow made a dime to smile. I had to wonder how he did after the loss and pains and gains. When he walked into the room, to my surprise, his light remained. And he told us, those you love, you let them know. One day you learn it's never gonna be this way again. It's never gonna be this way again. And it's happening all around and all around and all around the world. And all around and all around and all around the world. And all around and all around and all around the world.
Wow, that
Thanks,
was
guys.
so beautiful. All right, real okay. Claps,
Thank you.
claps. I was like mesmerized by that one. That one's so mesmerizing. It's so like, oh, it's dreamy. It's very dreamy.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Appreciate that. Thanks everyone in chat. Thank you.
Type in chat, everyone. You guys enjoying Daniel Wayne's? Make sure to give him a follow. He has a lot of originals, and he's working on more originals now, right? With everything happening this year, it gives
for
him
sure,
a
yeah.
lot more time also to work on those originals. So be on the lookout for those. And he's also a daily streamer. He streams every day for the last how many years? You've been showing up every single day to stream on Twitch, which is nuts.
Yeah, it's this New Year's. It's gonna be 3 years.
3 years. Can you believe that? That's dedication. That is dedication. Wow. So this is like really what I love seeing. I love seeing how everyone's more open to, you know, diving into the originals too and showing them. So have you been doing any live creation, like music creations on your streams? Are you thinking about that?
I'm definitely thinking about that. That's something I haven't explored a whole lot. I think maybe I'm like a private person when it comes to coming up with stuff, but I would love to kind of explore that a little bit and get more into coming up with creations on the spot and with that extra layer of pressure, just knowing that it's out there as soon as it comes up. So Niall says write a song with chat. I think you're right, Niall.
Write a song with chat. Yeah, that would be cool, actually. I mean, it's something, right?
Lyric inspiration.
Yeah.
Like, give them a topic or something. Like, what should we write about today and see how it goes?
Yeah. There's some incredible like improv lyricists on Twitch. I'm always stunned.
Kitty. Topic.
Yay! That's amazing. So,
Is your kitty afraid of cucumbers too?
cucumbers?
Yeah, cats are afraid of cucumbers apparently.
Oh no, I'm kind of afraid to admit it. My roommate and I tested this not too long ago. My cat's not afraid of cucumbers.
Oh, nice.
She's just like, She like sniffed it once and then didn't
Walk
care.
away. Like, what is this? This is out of my face.
I was a little afraid. I was afraid she was gonna like
Freak out.
be really terrified, and then I'd feel terrible, and I felt guilty even like testing it.
Aw, I didn't know that was a thing, that cats were afraid of cucumbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
There's like an
hilarious.
ongoing meme on like YouTube or something.
I've seen like
Yeah,
weird
there's
ones.
some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cat memes. I know Darth does Catter Days, and he does have you ever participated in that? Are you familiar with Darth? Darth is a streamer here. Medic, he has a big heart and an amazing community. He does. He really does.
Thanks, Medic. Thanks for saying that.
I think it's something about cucumbers. They look kind of like a big snake that would be a predator.
Yeah.
You're right. Boom.
I think
that makes
that's
sense.
what it is.
That makes sense. See, that's just. I did not think of that.
Yeah.
A lot of things freak
So
cats out.
Kitty's brave at least. Yeah.
Yeah,
Poor
kitty.
cats.
Aw. Well, maybe he'll get a kitty cam next year. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe
know?
maybe that'll be part of it.
Kitty gets
Next
a kitty
year, yeah.
cat. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Daniel, here we go with the 12 songs to the soundtrack of your life. It's the
Sure.
question that I ask everyone on the stream, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do something with this, like have a playlist on my Spotify of all the guests, and each guest has their own playlist of the soundtrack of their life, so that if you go there, you'll be like, oh, this person, or this is Daniel, and then they can listen to your life. Your soundtrack of your life.
Sure. Oh, man. Okay. I kind of shuffled it around a little bit, but
Okay, it's fine. It doesn't have to be
let's
in
see.
order, but it could be, any 12
yeah,
songs.
I was trying to think back to just like times in my life where a song like this would be super relevant and important for me. So
That's so cool. Thank you.
let's see. One of my favorite songs of all time. Let's see. Make sure I have my 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's 12, I think. One of my favorite songs of all time is "Life on Mars" by David Bowie. I think that if I had a gun to my head, that would have to be my favorite. But
David
yeah,
Bowie.
let's just run through it real quick. You'll see a little bit of my taste. Let's see, and it's just songs that were personal to me. So it's
yeah. That's
No Surprises by Radiohead, Day in the Life by the Beatles, Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles, Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix, Electric Relaxation by Tribe Called Quest, Automatic Stop by The Strokes,
Whoa.
Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free by Nina Simone, Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan, Spaceship by Kanye West,
All these classics.
Don't You Worry About a Thing by Stevie Wonder, Waltz Number 2 by Elliott Smith. I think that's 12. So I was just trying to. I bet if you gave me a little more time, I could probably come up with a whole other separate 12 of like 12 that are like super, personal to me. But those are the ones I'm like. I was trying to think like what's something I was like listening to over and over and again for a different reason, and I was kind of like reaching more to the past, like maybe not something that I discovered like in the last like 5 or 7 years, but like more was more important in like my journey in loving music.
I think that's
So
a
I think those are my
solid
12.
soundtrack to your life. Very
Cool.
It's from back to front. Yeah, I can listen to this and I'm like, wow, yeah, every song, awesome, beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot.
Awesome.
No banana phone?
Banana phone. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, Daniel, we covered a lot today. We got
for
to
sure.
know you more. It's been a pleasure. It's been so awesome to have you.
This has been awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me on. This has been so cool.
And everybody in the community that came in, thank you so much. Everyone here has been, since the very beginning, they've been here. So they've been supporting their guy, Daniel. You got a great community. I tell you, if you guys are not following Daniel, please give him a follow. And he'll serenade you all the beautiful songs. Put in your request. Also, he has original songs. So it's something that's very special here on Twitch. We get to share and experience this together now that we're in quarantine. 2020 has been a freaking insane year, but at least we have Twitch and we have the music here living on. And through having these streams and communities, the social distancing has been a little bit, a little bit more bearable, I think, with music. So
definitely.
Let's see. So you guys, I hope you had an amazing time here. Next week, we're going to have Tufi Drums. He is from Tasmania. So that's going to be amazing. If you guys don't know anybody from Tasmania, get ready to ask him some questions about how it is, life in Tasmania, being a drummer and being a Twitch streamer. That's pretty cool. So I'm looking here. Let me look. Let's see. Speaking of awesome people, let's go. I'm looking at who on the list I have to read.
Reading party!
Raids are another of my favorite things about Twitch.
I think raids are so important. Very important, because you get to discover, people that you just might not. So where do you guys want to go? You guys want to go to another drummer and guitarist, or do you guys want to go to there's the violin chick, I know she's on, John and Josh. Who else can there? I have a big list here, but I don't know who to pick.
We can jump on John and Josh.
All right, let's go give them some love.
Awesome, yeah.
They showed us a lot of love in the past.
Yeah, they've raided us a few times. I haven't raided them in a while. So let's go raid John and Josh. Awesome guys. I love them. They're super vibey, chill. You go in there, relax, give them some requests, and they're fun. They're fun guys. So thank you so much, guys. Remember, give them a follow, and I hope you have a beautiful Christmas season, or whatever it is that Festivus, Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate, guys. Just be
Happy
love.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Just be love. Love each other.
Merry Christmas!
I hope you have a safe New Year. 2021. Let's hope that we get through 2020 first, I guess, and then 2021. Let's just hope for the best. But remember, Twitch, this community is awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that come here and hang out and love up on everyone here that's been on the podcast this year. It's been a beautiful, beautiful podcast this year with so many awesome people, and I'm putting them on YouTube because I need to clear it out here because of everything going on. So if you guys want to catch previous ones or ones coming in the future on my YouTube, I'll put them there, all the replays, because I think I have to take all the ones I have down. So that's what we have to do here. We got to find our way around. But original music and all that stuff is the way to go, and you're doing it right, Daniel. You're awesome, and I can't wait to just go hang out and see all these beautiful people there too, and chat more on your next stream. So tomorrow, what time? You don't know. It's sporadic, right?
Yeah, I'll probably be popping in at afternoon or something like that. But I want to thank you guys one more time for having me on as a guest. I think it's a really cool what you guys are doing, and I love the conversations that happen here.
It's been awesome.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Daniel. You're awesome. Beautiful. Thanks everyone in the stream, and go show love to the next guys. We're gonna go raid John and Josh. Go say what's up. Go spam some love, and I'll see you on the next podcast next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, with Tufi Drums from Tasmania. That's gonna be awesome. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you on the next stream.
All right, bye everyone.